Hello. So logging in, there's a 10 gig update for me. Looks like we were on 0.1.2. Is there new stuff in the game? So went to their website, found the patch notes, skimmed through them already. It appears it's performance based, which is heavily needed. It's a beefy list. Let's see, what do we got? Quality of life and community requested features. Acorn tops are now a guaranteed drop. That's nice. That's nice. I'll take it. Created a flow for Steam players to access crossplay. I haven't run into that issue. I don't have Steam friends. Updated character icons on the HUD and map. Curious to see what that is. Removed explore and go to entry where it wasn't possible to use. User can now hot deposit their haulable on a buggy. They're referring to the egg? Because I hot deposit all my stuff from my buggy's inventory and my person. Wolf spider's fur polish. Okay, so we have to go see what they did to the wolf spider. Community requested features. You think the community's been bitching about the wolf spider's fur? I don't think so. I don't think so. Acorn tops, maybe. What do you use acorn tops for? Just the acorn turret? Okay. Major bug fixes. Various performance improvements. We don't expect this to fix the performance problems as a whole, but various optimizations are underway behind the scenes. We will continue to work on optimization throughout all of development. Yeah. So my console friend crashes, I don't know, in a 9-hour stream, 8 times on average. I crashed 2 or 3 times last night. Fixed the issue where the orc bee by the blueberry bush was above the skybox and was unable to be hit. I wonder if we have that issue. We're on our 3rd playthrough, and there was only 1 bee over there. We were still able to complete all the quests, but there's supposed to be 2 bees. So I wonder if we had the second one up in the air. But it still worked for us killing the 1 bee. We were able to progress. Fixed a bug where orc creatures did not return to their intended locations after being pulled away. Is this when you go to the outposts? I wonder if that's what they're referring to. There's always an orc creature guarding the entrance. There's also an orc creature scorpion down in the cave under the little patio by the hot dog stand that like the 3rd or 2nd quest takes you to. There's a dev note. This fix is not retroactive to the save file. Please note you are not soft locked. Please go to where you died last to find the orc creature missing. Okay, so if they wandered away, they're somewhere else in the world. You just have to either go kill it or bring it back. But going forward, people shouldn't have their creatures wander and stay lost. Various stability improvements. Major stability improvements were made. In our estimates, we're expecting a 40 to 60% improvement from the previous update. We'll see. We'll see. I do know performance is an issue. Big time. Fixed a bug where shared worlds crashed after prolonged gameplay. Also fixed a bug on the back end that would cause shared world saves to be lost indefinitely. We had a corrupted save file, shared save file, within the first 4 hours. We haven't had any issues with the shared file yet since then. Opening photo mode no longer causes clients to lose functionality during multiplayer sessions. Resolved an issue where the sizzle effect persisted indefinitely after saving and loading the game. Fixed a progression blocker that occurred when saving loading after defeating tutorial mites. Addressed a bug. That's at the very beginning. I mean, just start a new file. That's like 2 minutes in. Addressed a bug where clients could fall beneath the terrain textures during multiplayer gameplay. Redacted now properly descends during the redacted encounter. Corrected instances where park terrain failed to render for players. I've seen that on TikTok. Key mappings now remain intact after exiting a session, preventing unwanted resets. Okay, multiplayer bug fixes. This should be a massive list, to be honest. Various desync improvements. Yes. Yes, I know that when the Xbox person, console pleb, hosts matches for me on PC, I have to hold block almost a whole 1/1000 second before the attack in order to get a perfect block. It's ridiculous. So hopefully that fixes it. But from talking to another friend that's been making content on this forever, that's still an issue in Grounded 1 with console hosting versus PC. So I don't know. Fixed a bug where clients joined with improved stats. I don't think that's ever happened to us, but I wouldn't have noticed. We weren't one-shot in anything, so... Although we do get the infamous spider and ant super jump for no reason. I haven't figured out why that happens. Building improvements. Various improvements preventing building on dirt piles around the park. We don't expect this to be fixed completely, but improvements have been made. Various improvements preventing building on dirt piles around the park. So there's a ton of stuff where I feel like we should be able to build on. There's a lot of blocked terrain that screws up a lot of my builds. I wonder if this means that they fixed that, but the way it's phrased, it sounds like they've made it to where the intended places they don't want you building have been more stabilized. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Hopefully they've fixed a lot of the issues where you can build in more places. Fixed an issue where the S key wouldn't respawn during build mode. Corrected naming inconsistencies across various building structures. Resolved a problem that prevented decoration blueprints from being placed on walls or furniture. We haven't done a lot of decorating yet. Well, there really isn't. Signs and vases. Buggy improvements. Oh god. Buggies can now be summoned from a greater distance without issue. I've been able to summon them from anywhere on the map. You just have to wait longer. Fixed a bug where the red ant buggy incorrectly spawned as a hostile red soldier ant. Oh, dude. I wish that would have happened. I would have laughed so hard. I never saw that. Addressed a controller issue where right bumper wouldn't function after mounting the Orb Weaver buggy. I'd have to talk to Timid about it. Resolved a visual glitch where eggs stored in inventory became invisible after saving and loading. Fixed a scenario where players could become stuck beneath a buggy after dismounting. I've had that happen. Prevented eggs from disappearing in storage following a save or load cycle. Eliminated overlapping UI elements for clients loading into a save while mounted. Fixed a bug that caused buggy loss after entering the cooler. That happened to me, yep, multiple times. Yeah, you get anywhere near the cold and the buggy glitches out, and then you lose it. Buggies no longer take gas damage while blocking. Improved buggy summoning logic to avoid spawning inside terrain. Oh my god. Oh my god. If you summon your buggy anywhere above the statue area in the little garden, they always spawn inside the bushes. Always. Yeah, so hopefully that's not a thing. Creative mode. Fixed a bug where the handy nat feature was not functioning as intended. Invert vertical look setting now properly affects handy nat controls. Removed unintended calls from Sloan while in creative mode. The mysterious stranger no longer appears in creative mode sessions. Oh, interesting. I've never done creative. I just figured it was a free build session, but it's still kind of like story mode, but not. Because I booted it up the other day and I was perplexed. Ranger outposts are now correctly unlocked in creative mode. The park. Various fixes with creatures spawning inside geometry. There's like 20% of the creatures are in the terrain. So I'd be interested to see how much they've fixed. Go to the icebox. How paranoid do you get listening to the thousands of scorpions pitter-pattering beneath the ice cream that never come out? You hear them come out. They never come out. And then the brick path. There's always bugs stuck in almost every brick, it feels like. Fixed a bug where scorpions didn't attack correctly in the Ice Sickles event. Raw science orbs are now easier to see from a distance. Oh god, hopefully they're not overwhelming at night, because you can see them across the map at night. Patched several terrain gaps throughout the park. There's a ton of gaps where like the plates of the park have shifted in an earthquake and you can see through the map. Corrected floating waypoint markers in specific areas. I'm assuming that's when you put a marker down. The last stream, every time I put a marker down, they were way in the air. Hopefully that's what they're referring to. Reduced shadow flickering across various park regions. Fixed a soft lock that could have occurred after dying in the teleporter. How do you die in the teleporter? Being poisoned or sizzling? Bees now follow proper sleep behavior at night. Oh, yeah, those guys are on crack. They sleep, then they're up. Then they sleep, then they're up. 1 second sleep, up. Up, I'm up. Closed off access to unfinished areas that were previously reachable. Oh, really? Like that's a feature you're going to focus on? So there's videos of people getting outside the restricted area and exploring all the terrain, which was a huge thing in Grounded 1. We loved getting outside it wasn't blocked off in Grounded 1. You could just freely walk out. So I was shocked that they blocked it off in this one. But we have access to the new boss, Axel, the tarantula, the arena in the upper northwestern corner. You can get out. I wonder if they blocked that off. That'd be silly. That'd be silly. And then if they reached, yeah. That's a silly thing to focus on when you have so many other things to focus on. Like, let people go out and have fun. Anyway, addressed a stuck spot on the ramp in the Orc Cockroach Queen Arena. I haven't experienced that. Clients now experience proper collision when parkouring on plant stems. The resource finder now correctly detects all intended resources. Okay, I just put a video out about the feathers. And if you scan for feathers, it's not scanning feathers. It's scanning for the chunks of feathers that break out of the feathers. And it shows random stuff all over the map. When you search for mint or spicy shards, it's searching for the shards. So if there's a diggable chest with a chance to have a shard in it, those will show up. But the chests you dig up usually don't have what you're looking for. And they do not show the actual spicy candies or the mints themselves on the map, because those are not the shards. So I wonder if this fixes or corrects that. If that's the case, then my video from yesterday is pointless. Because then you can just scan for the feathers. Wearing wolf spider armor no longer causes all daggers to apply venom on regular attacks. I wonder how bad of a nerf that is, and why they would address that now. I don't use the overpowered daggers, so I wonder how bad that is. Fixed an issue where drinking dirty water caused infinite sick debuff stacking. Don't be drinking dirty water to begin with. Thrown weapons that no longer get stuck in mid-air for clients. Okay. What about when your arrows grow to be the size of... yeah, my arrows grow. Fixed a bug where the death timer was not visible to client after save load. Then we have additional bug fixes. There's a lot of these. What are we, halfway through? All right, UI. Replaced placeholder text in the fertilizer description with finalized content. Tutorial tooltips now correctly reflect custom key bindings. Oh, I haven't changed my key bindings yet. Removed a non-functional activate handy nat prompt from the interface. Corrected item preview behavior in the crafting menu to prevent unintended replacements. Oh, I always accidentally place things down. I wonder if that's what that is. Eliminated an unintended grain texture from the UI background. Resolved an issue where 3D models displayed with a black backdrop in the UI. Updated the summoning wheel to show accurate status indicators. Is this where when you go to summon your pet after he gets knocked out, where everything is on cooldown, all of your pets, because they're healing, but they're healing at 0 with 0 seconds left? I wonder if that's what that is. Probably not, because that's a performance bug. That's not just UI. Ensured buggy status is properly reflected in the interface. I wonder if that's what I'm talking about. Adjusted UI text scaling for better readability across resolutions. Fixed the incorrect buff icon for human food. Corrected location messaging in the map UI. Addressed input dead zones in the crafting menu that blocked navigation. Localized the camera mode toggle label correctly. Prevented text cutoff and ominous audio log entries. Removed multiplayer prompts from single-player sessions. Improved resolution for comms array images in the UI. Okay, so those are all boring. Gameplay. Players can now complete the hatchery blueprint from all sides. I have not had this issue yet or noticed it, but good. Restored functionality to the S key in build mode. Ooh, what do you mean? Walk backwards? I don't understand. Quests now progress correctly after smoothie creation. Optical discs are now collectible post-tutorial. Mixer event completion no longer blocks subsequent quests. Okay. We did the mixer last after we've done everything else. And we are never doing that mission again until more content comes out. That ends up turning off your orc raids that attack you. Not your base, they attack you, FYI. But we didn't do it first, so I don't know if you complete the mixer first. I haven't even heard this. If it prevents you from completing the story, that'd be irritating. Okay, well that's a good fix regardless. Blueprint placement near dirt clumps and mixer now works as intended. There was some wonky spots. Our walls around the mixer are definitely janked. Removed duplicate quest entries for already completed objectives. Oh, we never got duplicates. I would gladly take duplicates though, but now we can't. Candy consumption on the buggy now counts towards your mutation progress. Oh, can you imagine being early on and just getting your first 10 candies and consuming them and losing them for no reason? Oh, I'd be irritated. Now it's fixed though, so you're good. Fixed a trap scenario on the web bridge. Status effects now visibly apply to creature models. Yeah, that's wonky. I've seen status effects actually show up 5% of the time. Confront the stranger quest now unlocks properly. Photo references for ominous optical discs are now present. Thistle needle preview now displays correctly. Suppressed the post-battle incoming call after defeating the mysterious stranger. I don't remember having half of those issues. Environment. feel like this is all the same stuff. Resolved terrain gaps that were visible in the snack front region. Prevented out-of-bound visibility near the mixer area. Restricted unintended access to unfinished zones. So this is more fine print and detail of their big statement above of fixed terrain. Removed an out-of-world camera angle above Ranger Outpost Ceremony. Patched multiple visual breaks near the tennis ball, empty terrarium, and surrounding locations. So these are those cracks in the ground. Adjusted spawn points to prevent bomber beetles from appearing inside geometry. Corrected orb weaver placement to avoid spawning within terrain. Fixed an issue where bomber beetles became stuck in foliage around the park. This is all fine detail of bugs spawning outside the terrain and the visual upgrades. Eliminated flickering of brittle quartz. Enabled proper placement of decoration blueprints on. Yeah, this is we've read all this. Sealed an out-of-world gap. Closed visual breaks. Yeah, so if you want to read all the specific locations, if you were really pissed off about a crack in the ground you could see through, they're going to list all the areas of everything they fixed here. Eliminated visual gap in the fire pit. Yep. Okay, audio. Adjusted sound behavior, so the mysterious stranger's global sound effects no longer plays outside the lab. Limited the array ringing sound effect to its intended floor level. Synced the cockroach queen's body slam animation with its audio for proper timing. Restored missing ambient audio in the ice cart area. Does the audio get janky in there? I can't. We've been playing music, so I don't know. Corrected playback issues with Pete's voice lines. Pete's a nerd. Updated glass impact sounds to match impacted audio cues. Fixed a looping issue with the Scabby 2K scanner sound after saving and loading. Ensured global sound effects are now audible to all players, not just the host. Localization. Addressed an issue where the terms button and slide unlock were not properly translated. Resolved missing localization for the suitcase interaction on the picnic table. Corrected inaccurate Italian text in pop-up notifications. Spanish translations for mixer messages have been added. Fixed a UI overflow problem in the smoothie station caused by localization inconsistencies. I don't know any of that. Art. Do we care about art? Somebody does. Updated the cockroach queen's redacted state to use correct texture instead of an outdated one. Oh, so is she going to look different than the standard red big roach? Resolved an issue where character poses caused floating behavior in photo mode. Fixed hair clipping on Willow when wearing headgear. Ooh. Smooth. What about Pete's face on the back of his head? I haven't verified if that's a thing. I've seen it. Smoothed out texture stretching on teen characters during wake-up animation. Standardized hair visual effects for consistency. Adjusted the ladybug chest plate to prevent leg clipping with teen models. Corrected grub legging overlap with Willow's boots. Refined Clover Poncho's string movement to behave as intended. Reattached sizzling robes components that were detaching and clipping into teen characters. Fixed visual clipping on the butterfly circlet accessory. Addressed head clipping on Willow during death animations. Willow has some problems. Corrected one-sided texture rendering behind Major Diesel. I don't know who Major Diesel is. Multiplayer. Key bindings now persist correctly after exiting a multiplayer session. Omni-tool interactions are no longer interrupted for client players. Founder pack skins remain equipped after joining a new session. I haven't heard Timid bitch about that. Prevented users from launching multiple instances of the game simultaneously. Realigned client-side waking animations for proper visual flow. Fixed shared world save renaming functionality. Restored visibility of founder pack gear and hairstyles in peeper mode. Wait, if you peep a friend, does it turn off? Removed indefinite waiting for others prompt triggered by lean-to destruction. Okay, so there's a ton of fixes performance-wise. Now the true test. How many crashes are we going to get tonight on stream? We're averaging about 5 to 8. So if we can get down to 1 or 2, well, if we can get to none, oh God, that'd be glorious. Okay, there you go. Full in-depth patch notes. I know it's long. I personally get irritated when I go and watch a patch note video and they only cover 5 or 6 highlights that they feel I want to know. If I want to listen to it in the background because I don't want to read because I'm lazy, yes, that's what I want. So on that note, I must go test the performance now. See you in the next one. Bye now.